Hey friend, welcome. I'm Jen. I'm an online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, sometimes yard sales, and I find items, mostly clothes, sometimes shoes, and I buy them for cheap and I sell them online for a profit, hopefully. I sell mostly on eBay, a little bit on Poshmark. Today I'm shipping out 7 items, 5 on eBay, 2 on Poshmark, which is amazing. I have a total gross sales amount of $187.75. So you'll want to stick around to the end and see what my profit is. The first item that I sold are these Crocs. These are wedge sandals. I sold another pair of wedge sandals like in October, I think, really quick. Okay, my heater's gonna kick on. Here's the thing. It's November in the Midwest, it's cold. So hopefully it's not too distracting. If it is too distracting, please let me know. But I need my furnace to run so that it's warm in my house. It is cold out here, but that's okay. So one thing I like to share is sell-through rate and average sale price. If I look up Crocs wedge sandals on Terapeak, so I find all this information on Terapeak, which is through my eBay store. They have a 35% sell-through rate and an average sale price of $24.18. Mine sold for $32.45, and I bought these for $5 at my favorite thrift store. I usually have a super low cost of goods because they have like a perpetual bag sale. These were not in the bag sale. They charged me $5. I paid $5. Anyway, they sold in a month, and I would imagine that sell-through rate is gonna go up in the spring and the summer because it's November. Most people aren't buying sandals in November. I mean, people who live in Louisiana might be, but not me. What was I going to tell you? I did run a sale. Today's Tuesday, so I'm shipping all my Monday sales, and this Monday was actually Cyber Monday. And so I ran a sale from Thursday through Monday, thinking I would hopefully make up for the lack of, I don't know, I just assumed people wouldn't be shopping very much online until Cyber Monday, because most people are like in stores and stuff for Black Friday. I don't know, that's my assumption. So anyway, I did a tiered sale. So all of my items were at least 10% off. Plus I sent an additional 10% off to any previous buyer, any followers, anybody I could send one to. There's a way, I don't know enough to tell you how to do it, but there's a way you can go in to your eBay store and send coupons. It's through the marketing tab, I think. I don't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, so anything that has been listed for 3 months or more was 30% off. 4 months or more was 40% off, 5 months or more was 50% off, 6 months or more was 60% off. So all of these items sold within the sale, other than one thing, and I'll talk about that when we get there. This, I put in a padded flat rate. They were little small shoes, so that worked for me. All right. The next item are these J.Crew 365. So those shoes did sell at 10% off. These also just sold 10% off because I've only had them for 2 months. I really thought I had them for longer, but I already did. All right, so J.Crew 365 pants. I am gonna run a quick lint brush roller over them. Just because they're black, you know. So these are like a tapered leg. They're polyester. They're not like made out of anything fancy. I did look these up in the store, so because J.Crew is one of the brands that I do like to sell. I feel like it sells overall pretty well, but some, especially when I can look up a specific style of a pant, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So J.Crew 365 pants have a $21.52 average sale price and a sell-through rate of 21%. Mine sold for $20.40, and they sold in 2 months. I bought them at a little thrift store in a neighboring town in our county that is super cheap. So for some reason, most of my cost of goods at that store is between like $1 and $2. It usually averages out to about $1.50. For some reason, I have this written down as a 0 cost of goods, so I don't know why. Sometimes I do that if I think something needs to be soaked and like stain treated. Sometimes I'll do that, but I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, I have my cost of goods at 0, so for $20.40. So my profit after fees, shipping, and my cost of goods is $12.54. I do wrap all my items in tissue paper, and I just have a little thank you sticker that I use to close up the tissue paper. And then for Christmas last year, I found these little Christmas poly mailers on Amazon. So everything I buy, I just buy on Amazon. I usually find the cheapest option. I bought these Christmas mailers in like, I don't know, July or something. Super cheap. And I used, I don't know, maybe half of them last year. This is another one of my favorite brands. This is called the Quacker Factory. I do believe, I think that this tag is a vintage tag, but man, this is super wrinkly. Okay, so this is a button-up, but check out. Quacker Factory has like embroidery and rhinestones and studding and beading, and I don't know. I feel like the more whacked out it is, the more bedazzled it is, the better. Anyway, this is like a denim kind of style. I searched Quacker Factory button-up embroidered in women's. I mean, it's only a women's brand, as far as I know. And the average sale price is $18.13 and a sell-through rate of 23%. Overall, I decided to just search the brand just in general. In like any category. The average sell-through, or the average sale price is $19.08 and the sell-through rate is 28%. So, I mean, overall, as a brand, it does pretty well. I like it. I seem to have pretty good success with it. However, I'm not gonna pay a lot of money. I'm gonna, pay $1 or $2. Unless it's something like amazing. I might pay a little more. I paid $1.58 for this at a garage sale 5 months ago, in the summer. This did sell on Poshmark. I did okay, I haven't done a great job of like cross-listing. I'm working on that. So I haven't listed anything onto Poshmark in like 4 months. On Black Friday sent out 30% off offers on everything, and then yesterday for Cyber Monday sent off 40% offers. This sold on an offer 40% off, so it sold for $17. And then I did have the shipping discount with it, so my profit is $10.20, which isn't, I'm shooting for $15 with every item. However, with the sale, I expect to get a little less, but I'm hoping to move out more items. That's my goal. I have Another thought popped into my head, but I don't remember what it was. That's okay. This is Quiksilver Waterman. I sold another one of these about a month ago, and it sold super fast. This one, like within a day or two. This one took a month to sell. If I look up Quiksilver button-up shirts, just plain Quiksilver, there's a $16.31 average sale price, and the sell-through rate is 24%, which is pretty decent. But if I add Waterman to it, that Waterman style, the sell-through rate is, or the average sale price is $17.84. So it just adds, you know, like $1.50. But the sell-through rate is 45%. So that's amazing. I bought both of these at the Salvation Army rummage sale. So we don't have a Salvation Army store in our town. So the church does a rummage sale, I don't know, quarterly, I think. And it's usually good, really good. They, it's a bag sale, so everything's cheap. I usually find some really good items and then some like medium items. It's always good. Anyway, mine sold for $21.35, again with that 10% off sale. And I do have my cost of goods as 0, but I remember why, and it was because I was thinking that my husband was going to want these shirts because they are his size, and he likes kind of that Hawaiian style in the summer. Anyway, I forgot to tell you my profit, didn't I? What was my profit? $13.60. So not bad at all. I did check the other one that sold a month ago, and it sold for like $4 more. So, all right, this is the other thing that sold on Poshmark, and it just sold outright. Like somebody just bought it, which is great. So this is a Chico's. So this is a Chico's cardigan. It's pretty heavyweight, but it definitely has like that military style with the gold buttons and like just the way this front is. So I searched 2 different things because I don't know, I'm just curious. I like to find out the information, right? So I looked up Chico's cardigan sweaters. So used Chico's cardigan sweaters have a average sale price of $18.61 and an average sale price of 14%, which isn't great. That's when I'm out shopping and I'm searching, I'm usually looking for 25% or higher. And, you know, if I could get 50% or more, that'd be amazing, but that's rare. And then if I add military to the search, so cardigan, Chico's cardigan, military, the average sale price goes up to $23.03. So it adds like $5 to the average sale price, and the sell-through rate goes to 30%. So almost doubles the sell-through rate, which I think is pretty fantastic. So, I mean, style does matter. You can, you know, get a really good brand and have a pretty terrible style. And I think, you know, if you watch much YouTube, you see that a lot with like Lululemon, right? There's some Lululemon, which I rarely find, that, you know, you can buy for a lot of money, and then most of it you're gonna sell for like $20 or $25, it seems like. All right, so this did sell on Poshmark, which means I can send it in any priority shipping. I can use whatever. I will try and put it in this padded flat rate. These are my favorite just because they're easy, but this is a little big, so it's gonna be a little bit of shoving it in. But to me, it's better than putting it in the tie-up mailers. Oh, I'm gonna have to use them here in a minute. Yay, it fit. I do wish they could come up with a way to make these like recyclable or something, a little more eco-friendly, but what are you gonna do? This didn't sell on Poshmark. This wasn't the one that sold on Poshmark. I'm sorry, I just completely lied to you. I gotta put it in a different envelope. It can't go in this. Ah, darn it. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to reprint that label. Okay, let me tell you all the information off that. Ah, that's so frustrating. Okay, all the sell-through rate stuff that I told you is still correct. This sold on eBay for $34. It sold in less than a month. I paid $1 for it at my favorite thrift store, and my profit after fees, shipping, and my cost of goods is $20.30. Oh my goodness. This one sold on Poshmark. That makes way more sense. I was like, I just listed that. Okay, anyway. This is Christopher & Banks, but it's a vintage Christmas sweater. So it has these little snowman pockets, and then it's beaded all over. It's pretty cute. It has the little snowman on the back. I have had this for a year, however. I bought this last November at a local thrift store for $5. I don't know why it didn't sell, but today, or yesterday I guess, it did sell outright on Poshmark for $35. So I don't know what happened that, you know, like why it didn't sell, but I mean, it's not perfect. Most vintage sweaters aren't perfect, so just checking over for little things. Okay, so I did search vintage Christmas cardigan in women's sweaters, and the average sale price was $29.41, and the sell-through rate was $17. This did sell on Poshmark for $35. I bought it for $5. So after fees and my cost of goods, because shipping isn't taken into account on Poshmark, they charge us shipping separately. So unless you give a shipping discount, you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, so anyway, my profit is $23, which that's pretty amazing. However, I had to store it for a year, so there's that. So I wish I could show you this pile. My daughter and I have a daughter who's going to a like dance, I don't know, I keep calling it a dance camp. It's like a convention kind of in January, and she's been raising money in various ways. So she sold pastries right before Thanksgiving. She sold a bunch of stuff at a local consignment sale, and then her dance class is actually, or her dance studio is actually performing at this little market in a town kind of close by. And it was one of those like not what's the word I'm looking for? It was not mandatory, that's the word. So I was talking to my husband about it, and I was like, do we let her do the thing? Because it's like it's on a Saturday at Christmas time. And I was like, well, if we do the thing, maybe I can set up. And I wish I could show you, but we pulled out, I think like 200 vintage sweaters that we are going to hopefully sell at this market on Saturday. So we have a lot of work to do because we've got to like price all of these. I gotta figure out how to do that. I have like one rack. There's no way it's all gonna fit on one rack. Anyway. Okay, these are vintage LL Bean double L. They are flannel lined jeans. These have a lot of wear like on the hem on the bottom. other than that, they're pretty decent condition. But they took forever to sell. Like 18 months to sell. I don't know what the deal is with that, but here we are. Vintage LL Bean jeans that are flannel lined have an average sale price of $20.69 and a sell-through rate of 21%. I mean, that's pretty decent. I don't know. Mine sold for $27. Here it is. There it is. There it is. $27.55. I overpriced them because that had to be way on like my 50 or 60% off sale. I overpriced them because if they sold on that deep of a sale for $27 and the average sale price is $20, I overpriced them. That's why they took so long. I bought them at a garage sale a year and a half ago for $2, so my profit is $14.51. All right, not terrible. This is going into a tie-back mailer. Tie-back mailer, I don't think closes very well. Like the adhesive doesn't stick. So I add some priority stickers to it. And that seems to work just fine. After all of these 7 items, my profit for yesterday, Monday, Cyber Monday, was $108.78. So I'm curious if you have run a sale, if you feel like they're wildly successful or not. I'm really curious. Because I feel like I've had really good sales for the last like 5 days in a row from Wednesday before Thanksgiving, like really good sales. And I don't know if it's because of the sale that I ran or if it's just the time of year. I don't know. I'm really curious because I feel like most of the things that I sold are things that were only like in that 10% off. So I kind of wonder if they would have sold anyway just because they were more, you know, sought after or whatever. So anyway, let me know if you run a sale or have. Do you think that it's successful? Do you think that it's something that we should continue to do? I really don't know. All right, that's it for me. Did I tell you my profit? It's $108.78 if I didn't say it. I think I did though. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon.